T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. My name's Lori Swan. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you are in the live chat, we do ask to keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there. Make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platform utilizing tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know when we go live. So, breaking news, guys. If you've been watching mainstream media today, or tonight, you know that there's something going on in the skies over Montana. And apparently, I got some questions. I want to know. I'm going to ask Joe. Ask Joe. Tell Joe we want to know. Here we have this. This right here. Suspected Chinese spy balloon found over the northern United States. Government has been monitoring a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been hovering over the northern United States for the past few days. And they have discussed shooting it down out of the sky, according to 2 U.S. officials and a senior defense official. The United States government has detected and is tracking a high-altitude surveillance balloon that is over the continental United States right now. Pentagon spokesperson Brigadier General Pat Ryder told NBC News, "We continue to track and monitor it closely." Once the balloon was detected, the U.S. government acted immediately to protect against a collection of sensitive information, Ryder said. The high-altitude balloon was spotted over Billings, Montana on Wednesday. It flew from the Aleutian Islands through Canada and into Montana. A senior defense official said the balloon was still over the U.S., but declined to say where it is now. On Wednesday, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin convened a meeting of senior military and defense leaders, including Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, Northcom and NORAD Commander General Van Herk, and other combatant commanders. Austin was traveling in the Philippines at the time. The leaders reviewed the threat profile for the Chinese stratospheric balloon and possible response options, ultimately decided not to recommend taking it out kinetically because of the risk to safety and security of people on the ground in the possible debris field. Pentagon leaders presented the options to President Joe Biden on Wednesday. Okay, that's so much wrong with this, okay? So it left the Aleutian Islands, flew across Canada, and ended up here in the United States. Really? Yeah, you didn't see it coming? You didn't watch it come across? NORAD wasn't doing its job? NORAD not show up to work? Well, what's the deal? Here's the map to show where it left, and it was a little hard to look at this map because it's a flat Earth map, so it's kind of hard to look at it and kind of figure out what. But here's where it left the Aleutian Islands, and it flew across, and it came down through Canada, and it's sitting in Montana right now. Okay. So they detected it yesterday. It is a high-altitude surveillance balloon sitting over the continental United States right now. So yesterday, they had a meeting with NORAD and Northcom and the commanders, the combatant commanders, Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Pentagon, hierarchy there. And they decided that they're not going to take it down kinetically, which means they're not going to blow it out of the sky with a missile, because they're afraid of the risk of the safety to people on the ground. It's a balloon. It's a balloon. Somebody got a lawn jar. Remember those big lawn jars? It's a balloon. Something else is going on. Something else is happening. I don't know what. I'm not privy to such information. I can just tell you that this is suspect. They have upped our Defcon to Defcon 2. Northern Command did this. Defcon 2. And we haven't been at Defcon 2 in quite a while. Okay. You guys know Defcon 5 mean we were at peace. Everything's kosher. Everything's, copacetic. And then it goes to 4 and it goes to 3. 3, we start getting a little bit antsy. We start getting a little nervous. 2 means that something's up. Something's going on. Because 1 is, well, of course, full out thermonuclear war. And so they have decided to up it to a Defcon 2. All right, let's see what else we got. Montana. Before I move on to this little bit of information, just want to let you know Montana. What's so important about Montana? Well, let's do this. Montana is home to our intercontinental ballistic missile silos. Are pretty much in there. Well, we have 150 to be exact. 150 intercontinental ballistic missile silos across 13 13,800 square miles complex in central Montana. I don't know about you, but that's you would think that would be a national security risk, and they would take it out immediately. Get the fighters out of NORAD and take care of it. Joe's not doing a thing. Joe's not saying a word. Why is that, Joe? Why is it, Joe? Why is it that there is a Chinese spy balloon sitting over the continental United States and you're not doing a damn thing about it? Your handlers not tell you to do anything? Don't want to make your handlers mad? And then to add to it all, we got Putin. Putin's now been seen carrying around the nuclear football. Putin brings his nuclear football, a briefcase with all the documents he needs to launch a devastating attack as he tours spaceport with Belarus dictator Lukashenko and says Russia will never again depend on the West. We're at Defcon 2, guys. We were at Defcon 2 during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Do you guys know that? We have not been a secure nation since this current administration has taken over. And I think it's time we demand answers as to why Joe is allowing this balloon to stay over us. What's that balloon carrying? I don't believe it's carrying a nuke. I believe it could be carrying an EMP. Electromagnetic pulse. You guys realize what would happen if that was to be detonated? Depending on the magnitude of it, depending on the height, how much of the central United States could be taken back to the dark ages, literally. Is this being why is it being so complacent? Why are they being so complacent about this? Yeah, Ken says, or another virus. Anything could be in that thing, hovering over. They saw it coming. They've seen it coming for days, and they allowed it to breach into our United States airspace without doing a damn thing about it. I don't know about you, but that really pisses me off. Definitely something up their sleeve. Keep an eye out on it. I'm going to be watching this all night. And should anything happen, or, I don't know, we'll see. Something needs to give. I don't think we can allow this thing to be allowed to maintain its position in our U.S. airspace, especially where it is over our silos, our ICBM silos in Montana. Like I said, we're going to keep an eye on this. I will be back if needed. You guys stay safe out there. And again, I'm not putting this information out there to scare you, but to keep you informed. If you're in this area, you're in the Midwest, take precautions. Wouldn't hurt. Fill your bathtub up with water. Get your supplies. Because you never know. Till next time, guys. Eyes open. Absolutely no fear. God's got this. Remember that.